Hi Taurus, welcome to your March 2019 love reading for single people. It's Raina here. I was waiting for a train to go by and then I realized that was the wind, so hopefully it won't be too distracting in the background for you. But yeah, it was pretty. It's a very strong gust of wind. The temperature is like dropping from the 40s to like the single digits, so like to 4 degrees, so no wonder the wind is kicking up. Okay, so this is the Morgan Greer deck that I'm using. I devised a spread today to go along with this type of reading. I usually just do it for everybody, but I thought it'd be interesting to do a reading just for singles. I've done this at least once before. Well, you got a lot of major arcana cards here. This is the status of your love life right now. And the Queen of Wands, very confident energy. Fiery energy, you know, fire, wands connect with fire. So there's that confidence is natural with fire signs. That kind of like assertiveness and, you know, feeling of worthiness. So let's look at the past position to see what has influenced that. So we have the Five of Cups. And, you know, it's interesting because I think it was in the same position for another sign. I'm not sure if it was the same position. But it's funny, it's like sometimes the past is negative and then the current status is kind of negative. But this is like mourning the loss. The Five of Cups is mourning the loss of someone. And now feeling that sense of confidence. So an example would be, maybe you got divorced, and let me just show you, because I told you what it meant after I put it down. But this is like, and they always say like the person has their back turned to the two cups that are upright. So it's like they're kind of crying over spilt milk, but they're not seeing that there still is some milk there, or milk alternative. But the thing is that you may be, I could see like a Taurus person, let's say they got divorced, they didn't want the divorce, but they didn't have a choice, and then they discovered after the fact, you know what, I'm happier single. That was the best thing that person ever did to me. Actually, they did it for me, and now I feel like, so I feel free. I feel like I can find the right person. I was actually in a bad situation and I was in denial about how bad it really was. So I'm thinking it might be something like that, because the Five of Cups is really like you feel sad about something, but now you feel a sense of confidence. What crosses you is the Temperance card. The Temperance card is a card of balance. It's a card of blending spirituality with the material world. It's a card of Sagittarius, so there might be a Sag. Actually, I think this card connects to Sagittarius. I always like say, you know, it irritates me because she's holding a sunflower, and I always think of Leo, because Leo's ruled by the sun. So, you know, I don't know if that, because usually if it's in a challenged position and it's a certain sign, I would say, you know, stay away from that person because they're probably bad news. But the Queen of Wands could definitely be your state of mind right now, that you're just feeling really good and have nothing to do with a particular sign that you're interested in. And the Temperance card could actually be that this is the past relationship you're in, or Temperance in the challenge position could be like addiction. Maybe you have a tendency to be attracted to people who end up having addictive tendencies, and you turn out to be, you know, the enabler or something like that. And, you know, the Five of Cups too, you know, they had this one, I remember seeing this thing recently where they were talking about alcoholism with all of the cup signs, like what Five of Cups means with alcoholism, Six of Cups. It was kind of interesting. I should have saved that somewhere so I could refer to it. But you may have been able to get free of that because, like, let's say if you had been with somebody who had a drinking problem, even if you felt unhappy in that relationship, you may have felt guilty to even think about leaving it because you might feel like they need you. How can you abandon them when they have this problem or what have you? And especially if you're married and they say in sickness and in health, you know. But the truth is that there are some sicknesses that are more preventable than others. And sometimes people choose to be self-destructive and there's nothing you can do about it. They have to find that self-worth to be able to crawl out of that. And of course you can help them do it, but first they have to want to, obviously. You can't make them want it. So there might be some things going on for some of you that are connected to that, but temperance also can be maybe just being attracted to people that are a little bit imbalanced because it's exciting. You know, when I hear stories about what some people endure in relationships, it sounds crazy. You know, it just sounds like complete drama, complete chaos. But maybe that's familiar to them. And if they were in a very predictable, this is like this, which Taurus, this is your person, the Knight of Pentacles, this is your card. And it's just like somebody who's very reliable, very dependable. Well, people that, you know, come from a dysfunctional background, they think that's boring because they don't know any better. They think that, you know, drama is exciting. And a lot of you may not resonate with that, but there may be a few of you that the Temperance card in the challenge position makes perfect sense. So if this is only meant for a few of you, that's good enough. I just wanted to kind of point that out. The advice is the Death card, which is to let go of anything, and this could be like that Five of Cups, that you keep like thinking about, maybe even having feelings about a particular person. Let go of that because it may be hard for you to move on. I think you're in a good place. I actually had a reading in this series that was very similar to this, where it was a positive central card. It might have been Taurus. I mean, it might have been Scorpio. And the Death card is connected to Scorpio. So I don't know if this is something to do with you and a Scorpio. But I had like a very similar thing, and I was saying the same thing, which is that you may be in a good place now, but then you kind of keep thinking about the past. And the Death card is about letting go of everything that has come before. Realizing that a relationship has, you know, ended. That it's no longer viable, and being okay with that, not clinging to it and trying to make something work that has already shown itself to be over. What is coming in is represented by the Knight of Pentacles. This could be meeting someone who is, you know, even though this card connects with Taurus, I always connected it with Capricorn, although now I'm going back to Taurus. It's funny though. I think I got this card in the same position for Scorpio. I don't know. Maybe it was a different sign. But this doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be like another Taurus person. This could be another Earth sign person, Virgo or Capricorn, or maybe they have Taurus rising. Who knows? But they are someone that is similar to your makeup, where they are very disciplined. I mean, I don't know if I'd say Taurus is disciplined, very regulated, where you are very on schedule. And the only reason I wouldn't say a Taurus person is 100% disciplined is because your ruler is Venus. So there's that love of pleasure that's always there. Capricorn is more like the person who if this is a Capricorn, they are very regimented, disciplined, and they don't indulge the way that Taurus can sometimes with sensual pleasures. And so this person is somebody you can count on. Maybe you're with somebody before who you really didn't know whether they were going to, be a balanced person, whether they were going to be sober, whether they were going to be employed. Who knows what was going on with them. But this relationship could be with someone who is very reliable, and in some people might say, oh, that's really exciting. Yeah, it is. It's very exciting when you're trying to have a real relationship. And some people out there want a real relationship, not just a one-night stand or a fling. They want a real relationship. And so this kind of person is solid. And the outcome is the Chariot card. This is a great card for victory, for success in your endeavors. So that might be giving the thumbs up that this can happen. Maybe with the Knight of Pentacles, this is a timing card. Yeah, I mean, both of these could be timing cards. There's the Chariot card connects to Cancer. There is a solar eclipse in Cancer in the summer, or at least in the Northern Hemisphere, July 2nd to be exact. And with the Knight of Pentacles, we're looking at the Taurus new moon. I believe that is May 4th. So there again, could be talking about when the two of you meet and maybe start a relationship in July. Meet in May, start a relationship in July. Who knows? But yeah, very positive cards. The Death card is not a negative card to me. It's just simply talking about the phases in life and, handling those transitions gracefully and not trying to kick and scream and hold on to something that is dead in the water. And but what's crowning the reading is the Queen of Wands. So that sense of your own inner dignity that kind of is shining out and attracting this caliber of individual who is a very honorable, diligent person. Okay, that's what I have for you, Taurus. If you'd like a personal reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.